Hey my crafty friends, it's Rick from RC Kismet Studio. Thanks for joining me for another video. This week we are going to make today we're making a spooky bouquet. So I have already die cut all my layers for my flowers. There's a layering die. It is the equivalent of the layering cornflower, I believe is what it's called, from Honeybee Stamps. But we are going to be doing ink smooshing. So I pulled some distress inks. I'm going to use scatter straw, wild honey, festive berries, aged mahogany for the flowers. For the centers of the flowers, I'm using tea dye, walnut stain, and rusty hinge. And for the leaves, I'm using ice spruce, forest moss, and pine needle. So we're going to get started. I'm going to smoosh my ink around. I've got a water bottle. I've got some paper towels to clean up. And I've got my background already made. We made this a couple weeks ago in one of the background videos using the mica stains. So I'm going to start off with the lightest color. And I'm just going to smoosh this on my glass palette. And I'm going to spritz it with a little water. And I'm going to start with the largest flowers. I want to move that up. Oh, and I have my heat tool. I've cut enough for 3, but we may not do 3. And I have them separated out in piles. I'm working in the order that they actually layer up. Add a little bit more ink. You can use any dye-based ink for this. I just chose to use the distress ink because they were out on the desk. They were here. It's the wonders of using a glass mat because you can just do your ink smooshing on it. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our next layer. Go ahead and put more ink down. This is scatter straw. I'm sorry, wild honey. Wild honey. I'm trying to hit different spots also, and I'm okay if the ink melts together. I'm not going for a perfect look. I'm going for a spooky Halloweenish vibe. And we all know from watching this series, Halloween cards don't have to be perfect. Alright, I'm going to hit these with the heat tool to stop some of the other colors from blending. Let's go ahead and add our festive berries now. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I picked these colors because they were very close to what's on our background. So that's why I chose some of these colors. And each one, like any watercolor technique, each one will be different. There's that layer. Now we're going to do our last layer of our flowers. We may build up some more color after they dry a little bit. can see I'm just tapping certain spots to pick up some color. And I think we're going to add in a little mica stain also. Remember, I've talked about this before. You want to make sure your mica is nice and mixed up before you even use it. Not adding a lot, just a little. And while I have this out, we're going to go ahead and do some of our leaves. Pop some of those in there, add some of that. While our flowers are drying, we're going to work on our leaves and our flower centers. That is our ice spruce. We're going to go in with the ice spruce one more time. Let's do our moss. To give a nice effect you couldn't get any other way. Alright, we're going to do our centers now. I'm starting off with tea dye. And I did go ahead and put the rusty hinge down. And I might as well go ahead and do our walnut stain because these are small, so they're not going to take up very much room. Alright, these are super easy to put together. You just kind of take your largest one and the next largest one, and they just kind of nestle together. You can use liquid glue, you can use foam adhesive between each layer, depends on what dimension you want. I'm just going to use liquid glue to attach these because I don't want too much bulk. Then just kind of lines up right together. Now I could easily like put a little foam dimension behind each layer. So we have a little bit more dimension. And if you don't get them completely lined up, it's no big deal. our first little spooky little flower. Alright, so there's our last flower. Put our card base in. So now it's just a matter of figuring out how you want to arrange them. I'm thinking something like that. And we'll tuck our leaves in between some of the layers. Up under there. We're going to tuck that one up under here. And I can cut off any excess. Alright, so there is our finished card front. So all we got to do is add a sentiment and your card will be done. So you can add whatever sentiment you like. I think it's super cute. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Love you.